Guess what?
What?
I have solved tool theft in the UK.
I can't allude to anything we talked about previously, but how have you solved tool theft in the UK, Sam?
Well, it's quite simple, right?
You don't have any tools.
No,
There's nothing to
right?
nick.
So my first plan was I was just going to buy all the unbranded stuff off of Temu. We all know this new
As,
fascination I've got with Temu, right?
as
I was
discussed
going to
last
buy the
week.
DeWalt stuff that was unbranded.
Yeah.
So when they try nicking your stuff, they'll be like, go and sell it, and it's all unbranded, and the joke's on them. But then I thought, your stuff still gets nicked. That's not good.
And you've
They
got a
think
load
they're
of shit
nicking
tools.
Yeah, but it's still a load of shit tools that didn't cost you much, but they're lumbered with them. But to stop your tools from getting nicked, they need to be a different brand. So the brand I've chosen, the most comprehensive brand out there, the best pound for pound value brand, Titan. So if you have all the Titan tools, they do everything. They do the reset, multi-tool, skill sword, jigsaw, the whole lot. They're only like 45, 50 pounds for a naked body. Yeah.
That's going to get demonetized.
Yeah. But boom. So if they nick all your stuff, they're not going to nick it because they're going to open it up and go, why has this geezer got Titan?
You know, the flaw in your plan is that if we could all get away with using crap tools, we'd all use crap tools.
Yeah, but they're not. So go online and look up Titan tools. They are very well
at
reviewed.
School,
they get like 4 stars all the time.
You know, you're at school, and if you went to school with a briefcase, you get beat up. That's what's going to happen on a building site with your Titan tools.
Trust me, when you tell people this is the way, they will understand.
Mark, tell him.
To be fair, I've got a Titan wall chaser and a massive breaking thing that I got to knock fence posts out with because they're cheap.
2 year guarantee on them. So if they bust down, you just take it straight to Screwfix.
Oh yeah, it's Screwfix. Yeah.
You take it straight to Screwfix. They replace it there and then.
I again wanted to
buy another tool again.
I wanted to smash out a wall, a big hole in the wall, and I didn't want to wreck my SDS because obviously you get a lot of mileage out of an SDS chopping out a hole in the wall for a door. So I was like, I'll buy a 30 quid Titan SDS, and I must admit it did take the wall out.
Let me tell you,
this is
the move. You can get all the stuff you can with a normal DeWalt kit or a normal Milwaukee kit, but it costs like a third of the price. It's just as good, probably made in the same factory. Whatever, bruv.
Titan, it's cheaper than hiring tools.
And guess what? When Screwfix hear this, they're going to sponsor the show, and I'll get it all for free anyway.
Yeah, but you know when they sponsor your show, you know what they'll say to you, don't you? What? When it comes to getting your money, they'll say we ain't got it now. We can have it here tomorrow. That's funny because I'm trying to do.
Tell me, my logic is not flawed, bruv.
If I tell you your logic is not flawed, then we'll be here all day arguing about that when we've got Mark on.
What, do you not think, Mark, that's a good idea?
There's method to the madness, definitely, because someone's going to open that van door and think, I ain't nicking Titan.
You know what, to be fair, right, you know cheap tools, they have their place.
Yeah, but when you think about it, what do we use that much that it needs to be the highest end stuff? Circular saw? Not really. Grinder? Not really.
Yeah, but you have these tools that are decent for doing your own stuff, don't you? So like a
Titan
circular saw.
Not really.
A Titan circular saw is going to cut to an accuracy of 1 business week. And it's like
but listen, they get 4-star reviews. This is what I'm saying. This is the move.
They get 4-star reviews off fucking DIY people that don't really better there. I did a really good job of it.
Go online and research it. And next time we have a podcast, you can apologise.
No, why don't you go and buy a Titan drill and do a review?
Everyone loves that Metabo wall chaser, don't they? We got one.
Yes.
And the fancy blades, the 3 blades in it. I put a 3 blade one in the Titan wall chaser that's like 50 quid. Does the same job. It's worked for about 8 years.
Right, okay. Yeah, all right.
That's how I know.
But then it's a good tool, isn't it? No. We've changed the conversation here because what you're saying is Titan's crap, no one will nick it. Now what we're saying is...
I'm not saying Titan's crap. Titan is not nickable.
Let me get this option here. You're saying Titan's not nickable, no one's going to nick it. But now we've just said how great it is, it's become nickable.
No, because it ain't worth no money. It's not worth no money second hand because it's like 50 quid for the naked version.
All right, yeah. That's what you're saying. No one's going to nick a wall chaser anyway.
Sell it for a third of the price. What, for £15? Who's going to bother?
Yeah, all right, you've got me there.
I'm the smartest guy in the world.
But apart
I've solved tool theft. You're welcome. Everyone's welcome.
Do you remember them tramps that used to be on site? and they always had like all the low brand DIY battery tools, but they had to have about 18 chargers.
Black and Decker, yeah.
Everything had a different battery. I remember one guy was dead proud of himself because he had all these different chargers screwed to a bit of wood, like the mega charger. He just got it out of the van like this big sheet, look at that, and it was all wired up in chop blocks and stuff, so he could put all his batteries on.
The Titan battery is for all of the Titan range. They come in different amp hours. The whole lot. I've been researching it all day. I had the epiphany earlier on.
You know, so we're going to get accused of underhand advertising for Screwfix without saying ad or something like that. Like every time I talk about a brand, they'll go, "You getting paid by him?" No, I'm just
not. Well, we're not.
Stuff I like.
And if we was getting paid by Screwfix, we'd be bowling.
Someone is getting paid by Screwfix. I think we got a bit of heat last week, didn't we? Talking about brand influencer schemes.
I don't know. I don't really.
You've been getting in trouble. I thought your last episode was good. It's good to see you two back.
I don't think.
I just want to know who touched who where. That's why it all fell apart. But we'll talk about that later.
I don't think Luna thought it was great when we revealed their massive underhand, low level.
Well, did they copy up today? Because I don't really know.
I think they did. Oh yeah, Dan.
Just make that up for sensationalism.
I've seen Luden marketing their SPD that goes straight on the buzz bar like they've invented it, but they're about last to the party on that. Everyone's been doing it for about a year.
Yeah.
There's another one doing the rounds actually. Luna doing the low level.
Today?
There's one today. I got a picture of it. Just 1 second while I unlock my phone because I've been too busy looking at midget things. Right, this one. Because we can't upset Luden every week because obviously it's BG's turn sometimes. Well, we can, yeah, because the low level marketing song. This one, I've seen this being put by a few people this week. It's called Company Cam. And it's a unique new app where what you do is you take a picture and it records where you took it and all data about it. It's amazing, that one, Company Cam, yeah? And I was like, it's backwards, obviously.
Doesn't your phone do that anyway?
Yeah, that's what I thought. But every time I go on Apple iCloud, it tells me where the photo was taken, what time it was taken. I was like, well done, mate. You've reinvented the camera. Well done. But there's loads of people flogging it. Everyone that's flogging that must be every influencer who's flogging that bullshit. Do you remember Yepic as well? We had on this program. That was the same shit. It was like a job software where you took loads of pictures and it told you the time it took it, so you could do your timesheet and where it was, which every camera does anyway.
Maybe they just make the data easier to access.
What? Then your photo roll. Every influencer that's plugging that must be going, "Oh, I feel stupid. This is just a camera they're giving me money." That Yepic
Are we being unfair on influencers? Because are they just not getting their bag? Why not?
They work for it. They're just earning a living, aren't they? So
I'm not saying you can't earn a living. I'm just saying, like, at least pick something that's not utter shite. Like,
yeah, but who are you? Are you the Lord Chief Justice of what people can and can't flog?
No, but I don't.
Just say yes. Just say yes.
Yeah, say yes. I fucking am. You're all dick. It's just like when it's like trying to sell asbestos to win it. Buy asbestos. It's great. You know what I mean? You got no morals. Like, it's a fucking camera. Anyway, I saw that one today. It's funny. And then, what are we even on about? Or is that the new format? The new format's called "What Are We Even On About?" Is this even a show for electricians? Why is Mark even bothered to turn up? Honestly, I
don't know.
I wanted to just come and speak to you two, really. I've not spoke to either of you for ages.
I know. Dropped us right out, Mong.
Well, not really. I've dropped everyone out. I was looking through my messages the other week and I've sent 2 to my mum in about 4 weeks. It's bad, mate. I'm just swamped.
I've probably sent more to your mum than you have.
Yeah, probably. And that's just your pants in the purse.
Couldn't help it. That was low hanging fruit. Sorry.
I like your solar coaster. I just watched another episode actually. I like the solar coaster episode. I
really like the sound of it.
Yeah, I'm sure Sam won't listen, but no, it's good. We enjoy doing them. It's just a fun hobby, but it's good to see you guys back because there's other podcasts out there been proclaiming themselves as number 1 in the trade space, and I think everyone pretty much knows.
We're not number 1 in the trades. We're just number 1 electrical.
Yeah. And anyone that says otherwise, yeah. Well, I personally think this podcast's bigger than Jesus. But that's just my opinion.
Close. It's getting close.
Bigger than Jesus.
That's what, bruv.
That's what brought. I said it because it's a joke. Because that's what brought the Beatles down.
It's good you're back anyway because you built a community around the show and people have been missing you. So it's good to see things back rolling.
Getting 1,500 on the first one back was nice. So yeah,
have we got that? I haven't even looked.
I think it's 1,500. I don't know. I don't look at my numbers. You know what I mean? I'm such a big player now. I don't look. You know what I mean? Don't bother. But what you
see, this is why the podcast ended because I have to listen to his nonsense.
What you
did, I've got a fun question for you both. Anyway, guess how much the standing charge is on electricity in this new unit that I've moved to? See,
Oh, is it classed as commercial?
it is
I bet it's about £2 a day.
more.
What?
£10.28 a day, standing charge.
Is it any wonder that people can't afford to employ people on
Is it
manufacture anything?
is it also because you've got like load of solar in there and they're like, well, we're not going to
Nothing.
make any money?
Nothing at all so far. We're not done anything with it. It's a band 2 commercial supply. There used to be like a transformer company here who was doing loads of winding and using loads of electricity. So they had a massive meter put in. But we're usually
So you're on the
we're usually
you're on a
next to bugger all. I was like thinking,
are you on a CT meter?
yes.
Yeah, they charge you more from get it whipped out. And
I wasn't anticipating that when we took it on. I thought like it'd be the same sort of bill we was paying before, but £10 a day, that's like £300 a month standing charge.
Just a little meter one. We're on meters, yeah. This photo's doing the rounds. Sorry, audio viewers, but it'll be on my Instagram. This photo's doing the rounds when the camera focuses, yeah. That is an octopus heat pump install.
Octo watch.
And the guy put it on Reddit, and everyone followed the cables and realised that the heat pump's been installed by Octopus with their label on it on the non-metered side. So once he put it on there, they said, the contractor says, we need to come back round and just make some adjustments to your meter. We've got a breaker wrong. They then rewired it after a number of months, and now he's on Reddit moaning his bill's gone up because he's been getting it for no. So yeah, that will be on there. So just the story is the reason I'm quickly showing it quickly is because I've just put it out on Instagram now. It's Thursday, and I've just tagged Octopus in it, and I put another fantastic install by Octopus and tagged them, and I'm hoping they'll share it and put it out there. But yeah, it's totally bypassed his own. Bypassed their own install.
I'll send you some pictures after this, but Matty and Nathan have been on a job down in Kent, actually, not too far from you, Sam, yesterday and today. And they've had a heat pump installed by Octopus, and they were a bit worried about our cable route for the battery storage and stuff. And then they sent me what Octopus had done, and they've basically taken a steel wire armour cleated down someone's hall just under the curving, about 6 meters.
You what? Stop! Just rewind.
Cleated under the curbing in the hallway, and then out the back wall to this heat pump. And Matty's like asking the customer, like, are you not bothered about that? He's like, nah, it's fine. It's doing its job in it. We've got a heat pump now. This is a brand new renovated house with a pucker nice hallway with a massive steel wire armor running around the top of it. I thought it was going to be like a temporary thing, but that's how it's staying.
I have never cleated in a domestic dwelling, an SWA, and I never will. There's no need for that.
Certainly not down the hallway under the curving. I mean, geez.
Is that going to be on general issue, or is that a secret photo because it's a customer?
No, we'll be able to share it.
Great. Well, keep an eye on Mark's Instagram for that, because that's going to be wild when we tag him in that. Go, another great install by Octopus. But yeah, you get what you pay for.
Shit though? like, but that's do you know what? I don't even blame Octopus for that. I blame the customer, because if someone thought that was a good idea in my house, I'd be like, are you stupid?
Yeah, the customer asked them if they could just cable tie our cable for the battery alongside that.
No.
Take it out of the back, and I was like, I think Matty was thinking this could be a really easy day, and I was like, don't you even dare! So he rodded it around under the floor. We've got all our cables out of sight, and yeah, it took an extra hour, I suppose, in doing that, but too much work apparently for Octopus.
I'm not going to go into the spiel because we've done it already. We've been there. We've done it so many times. Like I said, if you pay the cheap money, you get the crap. So like, it's not even. It's all I do now is just show the pictures and share them, and don't bother saying anything. We've crossed that hill, haven't we? It's wild.
It is a bit nuts, isn't it?
They were laying off loads of heat pump installs, weren't they, recently?
Why?
Well, there's a couple of people on LinkedIn going, is anyone looking for installers? I've been working for Octopus, been made redundant, and I'm looking for work.
So did you just make that up?
No, it's on LinkedIn.
I think a lot of heat pump installs have been delayed because the rumours got out that we're going to put the grant up to 10 grand. So a lot of people have seen all that in these forums and are holding off a bit.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'd heard it slow down, but then Dan at DMH was saying that he's had more than he was expecting, having just started doing it. So I don't know.
Are you going to do them?
Not anytime soon. No, maybe in a couple of years. We're going quite slow and steady in the business, just sticking in our lane with doing domestic residential solar stuff, and the same with training. We're stuck in our lane a little bit, and now we've stepped up a level. So I don't think we'll do heat pumps for another couple of years, to be fair, but we will do.
Go on. Oh, hold on. So here's the thing, Mark. I know a few people in the solar sector, and they're like, it is dog eat dog now, and it is flooded, and you are losing jobs over 30p. Like, it can be down to the wire on such nonsense, and you'll lose a job. Because everyone's just thrown in the lowest price. Is it like that? And if it is, how are you separating yourself from it?
In the general market space, I'd say very much that it is like that. If you use a lot of these agencies who send you leads, you're just competing against too many people at the bottom end. And when you look at their pricing, you wonder how they're actually making any money on the projects, which is a separate story. But YouTube's been really good for us. We're very lucky that that's attracted customers who are prepared to pay for what I think is good value. So we've not really had that. And we've got an order book now full for the rest of this year, really, of solar projects. And they're all good ones, like 15, 20 grand sort of size. So they're not, we've had commercial jobs come forward for us as well. And I've passed those on because I don't think we're ready for that yet. So I've put Sam on to some of those from Oval. We've not engaged in a couple of others. So we are sticking in our lane, just getting good at what we do, improving every single time we do a project. But yeah, I'd say generally there is very much a big pressure on price. However, if you can set yourself apart through video content and building a good local reputation, we're starting to pick up a lot of word of mouth in the local area. People know we do a good job. That's driving things forward for us. And I listened on your last podcast when you were mentioning about that 10-year warranty. I commented actually as well that that's sometimes misunderstood, that the 10-year warranty is like an insurance-backed sort of thing. And a lot of installers don't understand that in that 10-year period, the first port of call is with them. So they think when they issue that policy, if something goes wrong, well, the insurers are just going to look after it in that 10-year period. That ain't the case. They look after it if you've gone bust. You've got to stand behind that in that period. So we kind of issue a 5-year one. The minimum for MCS is 2. 10 years is just mad. You're going to have customers coming back to you in 10 years. That's building yourself a big problem. However good you are, someone will do you over at some stage.
That's very much how you word it when you, not word it, but how you say it. You know what I mean? Oh, we do a 10-year guarantee. And also the thing with that is, like I said, the first port of call is with you. Same as the NIC one, isn't it? That they'll fix it.
Yeah.
But the way they fix it is to come to you and say, go and fix it. It's only when you don't fix it or you're not there that they then pick it up.
And those policies very rarely pay out. Like we're helping a couple of customers locally who've got those where the original installer's gone bust. I think the jobs were done like 6 years ago. And the insurance companies are all like, well, it was never installed properly in the first place. We're not paying out. But how would a customer know it'd been installed properly? They ask them to sign a little disclaimer when the policy's sent to them. To your knowledge, has this system been installed correctly? How would you know?
That's the thing. The insurance companies will have a crowd of absolute bastards.
Exactly.
For car insurances, checking something, they'll go and go, this had been done properly the first time, so we only guarantee proper work. So they'll always, what they call it, they never named out the insurance something.
IBW's insurance back guarantee in the solar.
No, the people that go out looking.
Underwriters
and all that. They go out looking for reasons not to do it. Adjusters. That's it. They go around looking for reasons, going, I see you haven't polished it every day since you had it installed. No, I haven't. Then it's not insured, dickhead. Goodbye. Like, yay, I've won again. Oh, you've crashed your car. I see it's a Tuesday. Yes, it is. You're not insured on Tuesdays. Ha ha. Fucking off they go. There's all sorts of get outs, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. Do you know what? That reminds me, this week, right? So when I was working in Luton, parked up my truck, went over to the shop, come back, the bus
There's a shop in Luton.
The co-op. Crashed into my car, into my truck, and like whilst it was parked. Fair enough. Driver stayed, give me all the details. Took 5 weeks to get repaired, and they gave me a hire truck, which was a brand spanking new full Ranger Wild Track, and it was lovely. They are trying it, bruv. Like they found the tiniest minute scratch, like little stone chip or something.
Yeah,
you got to pay for that. I was like, no.
If I ever get a hire van, I want the shittiest one you've got. Like,
yeah, but here's the thing:
shittiest one you've got.
The people who hired it for me, like the insurance company who hired it for me, told me to leave it at the paint shop. So how can you prove that when I left it at the paint shop, it didn't get done then? Good luck, bitch.
I went to the van that got crashed into and it went back. And anyway, I was going to Newquay for the week, so I said, I'll take a car. So I'll just drive this car down to Newquay on the piss for 2 weeks and drive it back. So I went to the local, what's the green one?
Enterprise.
The green Enterprise in Mansfield, yeah. They've got an old petrol station forecourt. And I went in and they showed me the car and all that shit. I was like, yeah. He goes, come in, do the paperwork. So I went in and he went, do you want the extended guarantee? I went, what's that coming for? Because well, the normal guarantee is like a normal insurance thing, yeah. He goes, but if you do something and you're at fault, this will pay out. I was like, I'm going to Newquay, it's a long way. I was like, yeah, go on then, I'll fucking have that. when I got in the car, you know how you get the forecourt, you know how you get the roof above the forecourt on a couple of posts and it like sits out like a big
Yeah.
a big umbrella. I immediately reversed it at high speed to one of them and wiped out the back arch and the window smashed. And I went in and went, no, that insurance policy took care, mate, because I've just crashed it on the fucking forecourt. And he's like, nah, you wind me up. He walked out. He's like, oh, fuck. And they were trying to say it weren't covered. And I was like, no, you said it's covered for everything. Anyway, they swapped the car there, and then I've never been so happy to buy some extended warranty as that. But yeah, they tried to do that.
So
as well.
I'm on the hook for like £1,500 to fix a bit of the tiniest dent in the world. Not dent, tiniest little stone chip. Like it's like.
Surely that's fair wear and tear if it's a stone chip. How are you supposed to avoid that?
Oh, they mug you off, don't they, with insurance companies and stuff like that. They're like, oh,
I just said I'm not dealing with it. I said to the insurance company who hired it for me, I said, don't bother me with it because it was left at the paint shop. I don't know. They didn't do it. It's on them. Bye.
Yeah, get a CCTV. Kid weird.
So whatever.
Mark.
Yes.
How's this training malarkey going? Talk to us about training. Let's have an update on that.
It's going good, mate. We've got the new space now. I've just been putting some
Hold. What is going on with A1 to 1?
Yeah, start again from Sam.
Before it was like like you was finding apprentices jobs. Then you got a space where you could take apprentices and teach them stuff.
Yep.
What is it now?
It's still doing those things. The job link-ups kind of stopped properly probably about a year ago, but we've still been doing it.
Didn't someone take that over?
Well, it was supposed to be that Tess were bringing something out that was going to do it, and it never really started. So I don't know what's going on with that. That was still, as far as I know, been built, and that's kind of the ECA and all of that lot, but never happened. So I kind of still kept doing that, but instead of like 100 people a week, it might be like 2 or 3 at the minute. I just haven't got time to put into that in my spare time. It doesn't exist anymore. And then the space we was limited a lot by the landlord. So it was with the local authority. They were really funny about how many people we had in at once, sent us a few letters about that. They wouldn't let us put any solar panels on the roof. And just by chance, we saw this space. It's literally around the corner and it's like a brand new unit. And it was set out as like a training center for this company called Transfix, who trained their own engineers. I was looking around thinking this is going to save us an absolute fortune in a fit out of a unit. Because I always had that in the back of my mind that we wanted to do this properly. But you're looking at like 100 grand at least to kit something out with everything you're going to need. So we jumped on it and here we are. But we're still doing the free apprenticeship training so people can come in and make use of the space as they always could once we put it back together. Still not quite finished that yet. We only moved in the 1st of May properly. So that's going to happen. But we're going to be offering some proper training courses as well, to try and generate some more money, to do a few more cool things with industry. So it's not going to make any profit. Whatever it makes will go back into industry. But those who are here delivering training will get paid for their time. We'll issue accredited training, starting with solar. So solar and battery storage, because I think the training around that is a load of cack at the minute and we can do it a lot better. If we've got that sorted in 18 months to 2 years, we'll start offering apprenticeships, proper ones.
Wow. So
do 2391.
We'll be doing a bit of that as well, hopefully.
That's on it as well.
Yeah.
So for me, like, that's an incredible, like, because I've seen this go from its inception, A1 to 1's inception, right the way through to this, and it's just incredible the way it's sort of growing and developing and evolving into this sort of, I don't know, like this excellent training center. Because let's have it straight, right? If you go to a training center and they teach you about installing solar, I can guarantee you none of them have installed solar on the level you have. So there's all the little intricacies that you get in the field, you'll be able to relay to the students, which is invaluable. Like, actually, shouldn't be free, should be a lot of money, because it's like the most invaluable type of training you can get. Less than, well, the only thing better than that is actually going and doing the job. But I expect you could even attach that to one of your jobs. If someone's good enough, you can have them go and work with you for the day so they can actually get a feel for it in the field, all that sort of stuff. There's really, it's probably the most incredible training centre in the UK in terms of the knowledge.
In the world. We're hoping when it's set up, it'll be decent. But we've got other installers involved as well. So there's like Dan from DMH, who you guys know well, Sam at Oval, Magic Mike, and Stuart Cater. Hopefully, once I speak to him, we've got a hurdle with him because he lives down in your part of the world, Sam.
Yeah,
basically in France. But the idea is getting us group of installers around these people on their training to give them that. It might take a day longer, maybe a day or two longer, but the value's there for people because at the minute, all you do on your solar and battery course is have a book read at you and take an exam.
That's the secret sauce that you've got, that you're going to do.
Yeah.
It's not a freebie. You've got to give up the extra time. But
Exactly.
no one else is delivering a course where there's an option to do extras.
You know what I'd love to do?
Bare minimum.
In fairness, there's like Seagen who were doing stuff, but we're looking at the wholesale network. The training sector just hasn't delivered on this. So you're looking at Waxman. I think they do it as well. It's all coming from outside the training industry. So we thought we'd try and put our own little twist on it. And you're going to be helping us, Jami, as well. For those who don't know, he's going to be
I'm not
issuing the accredited training as Billy Big Bollocks.
I'm afraid I'm not non-profit. I'm taking the fucking coin. But I am only delivering at your gaff. I'm exclusive. I'm actually doing the course at NAPIT next month. But I will be delivering it.
What course?
I've got to do the battery and solar course, haven't I, to teach it.
Why are you teaching? What do you fucking know about it?
Well, that's the whole point. I don't know anything. But I'm doing the. So basically, Scatman. No. So basically, I can deliver any courses that I've done myself. That's my teacher qualification, and assess it. That's what I've got. So I'm going to do the course and deliver the course because there are guided learning hours that have got to be met and key learning points that have got to be met. I'll be doing those, which will be the boring course that everyone says is boring. And then all the people that actually know what they're doing are going to plop all the secret sauce on top.
Ooh.
So that's how it works. So I'm doing the boring bit that is the requirements.
That's power,
the
boy.
Actual solar lads that do what they do, they're going to come in. At that point, I'll be just lingering around the background watching. Although I have put up one solar system on my own house, so. But yeah, that's the secret sauce, isn't it? The extra. So no one else got the extra.
Have you seen it?
It works.
Everyone's doing it now. Everyone's doing wall-mounted solar.
I'm the fucking king of Walmart. I started it. So I did it. It wasn't even cool.
I bet that Unistrut is rusting now and everything.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm trying to get the
I bet it looks like brown turd.
It's not rusted. I was even thinking about painting it black the week, but it's not rusted at all. It stayed.
I bet it looks like brown turd.
I will put on my Instagram as soon as I get home a picture of it. But yeah, it's going to be a good course. I'm looking forward to doing it. Like I say, I won't be doing it for anyone else because no one else is offering that extra. And I'm not interested in delivering just the course. It's just not enough for industry. So, and I don't think it's going to be, I don't want to talk financially, Mark, but it's not going to be prohibitively expensive more so than normal courses. So, if you are looking, thinking, I think you got a waiting list thing going yet or what?
Yeah, we have got one building. So there is one on the website if you want to go and pop your details.
You know what I'd love to do? I'd love to do a containment one.
You should do, mate. You come and deliver it here.
I would really like to do big cable glanding.
But you don't know how. I've seen you take a week to do like shoelace ones.
Shut your face. The actual costs involved. I looked into it quite a lot. The costs involved because you're just dealing with a big bit of cable. Why are you both laughing, dickhead? Just to have a big bit of cable for something to gland, you've got to have at least a metre off the end. It's quite expensive just for cost. So I haven't pursued it. But you basically have to get someone to. You basically have to speak to someone like Doncaster.
What do you know about making a farm of cables, though? Honestly,
what do you know about making a farm of cables, dickhead?
I've done it last week. Like,
how big was it?
You did it.
You got any of the gear? Sound like a big man, yeah. You got a Jami crimper and a cable cutter. You got any
I haven't got a Jami crimper, but I've got one from Temu. £15, bruv.
Just use his machete.
I've seen people using hammers to put on logs, but yeah, I know I'm doing it.
No, you can buy them off Temu. They're like the hydraulic ones. They're really good for like £15.
No, they're not. I know someone that got one of them. Oh, sorry, my old apprentice knows someone got one of them, yeah? And you know when you know the proper chambray the king of crimpers, you crimp it and it goes pop because it releases because it's hit the pressure it needs. The one off Temu didn't have that, but he thought it did. So he just kept pumping it, and the head blew off and went about 30 metres away.
That's because he's a mongoloid.
No, it's not. It's because they're crap. Honestly,
they're not.
They are.
I've used them loads.
No, I don't give a shit what you say. If it's not Canuck or chambray, don't crimp any cables with it.
No, do crimp cables with it.
That includes that Milwaukee battery power tool that I slag off.
If you don't want to spend $3,500 on a Jami battery crimper, then go to Temu and spend £15 and it does the same job, you idiot.
That'd be second hand, it'd be about £6,000. But yeah, they fucking crap. I won't even that Milwaukee one I see people using. I said to someone who's got one, you got the technical specs for the dies? No. And they asked them for them, we don't have any. They're just toys.
Why do you need it? Does it crimp it Is it loose? No. Done.
There's a
Don't
lot of
overthink
science.
this shit, Jamie. Don't need to overthink it, bro.
There's a lot of science behind crimping. Over crimping, under crimping is just as bad as each other. It's got to be on the money.
See, that's poop.
It's not.
It is.
That's like saying the faster
Have you seen them doing crimping in other countries?
Right.
The shit they do in other countries, like
I don't-
bending it over and then crimping it and then doing this and that, wrapping it around each other. Listen,
You're
don't
the kind of
overthink
person-
it. Just crimp the
you
thing
are
and
the kind
plug
of-
it on. Let's
Shut
go.
up. You're the kind of person that thinks just because the drill bit's spinning faster, it drills better. Yeah, that's that conversation. If it's going faster, it's better. And there's just fucking flames everywhere, yeah? Crimping is an art form. It needs to be. It's not taught. It's not a taught thing either. It's not taught.
It's not an art form. It's just fucking crimp the thing. Is it loose? No. Does it go on nice? Yes. Make sure you double crimp it and don't leave a bit loose and then heat shrink it.
My
Fuck up.
biggest bugbear is people that buy lugs, they never crimper and go, oh, are your crimpers and your lugs matched? And they go, no, I've bought the crimpers from here and the lugs from here. You can't do that.
You can.
You're a cretin. You are literally like, I don't believe anyone that's doing that. All right, your little ones, your little blue ones and that. When you get over 25 mil, you've got to have the same manufacturer's lugs as the same manufacturer's
They do say that, but you can get away with not doing that and no one's going to die. Hashtag not dead, dickhead.
Oh, not dead.
Hashtag not dead.
Show the viewers your Timu mask. Entertain me in reverse. Yeah.
He's not revealing it. We could have a Timu training bay here. Sam's dedicated Timu training space.
Listen, all the tools for containment that you need, I'm getting from Timu.
You know what you get from Timu? Some pass-through RJ45 connectors. So Mark's
Tell you what you can get on Timu is wire nuts.
Yeah, but
we're the only country that doesn't really use them.
Yes, this is what I was going to say. They actually used extensively all around the world. Although wire nut fans are coming to Waggos, aren't they now? The Waggos have took over.
Like Ideal's #1 selling product
is
wire nuts.
Yeah, it's just us. It's like I was on a 2391 this week, and you know they've got rid of the 5 times test, and so goes our QS still makes us do it. I was like, it's a bit old school. Then I thought, oh no, old habits die hard, don't they? There's billions of wire nuts in America that have never caught fire. It's just we don't like them because we've always been mechanical.
But I don't think they're like not allowed. I think you can use them.
Do you know what? I've never actually used one. I ought to get some and see what actually happens.
Yeah, but I don't. I think they're just probably as good as anything. They're probably as good as connector blocks.
Yeah, but I've never actually twisted one on to say I'm going to get some.
Here's the thing.
Americans out there?
Do you know? Who knows here between you two brain boxes if they're allowed or not allowed? Are they allowed or not allowed?
As long as they've got the right rating for the current and voltage, I would assume they'd be.
No, because they'd be made to think. What's the American regs called?
Yeah, they'll need a product standard for the UK.
The American regs are, I can't remember what they're called, NEC or something like that.
NEC, isn't it?
NEC, that's it. They won't be made to BS or EN.
How do you know that? They might be. They might be BS tested.
Hang on, I'm sure someone said in the show notes or on here once that they said there was an ideal set of basically their version of Waggos, knockoff Waggos, and there was some in that set sold in the UK. I'm sure someone said that. If anyone's got it, send me some. I'll do a YouTube video on it, and I can make up to £3.
They did use the old porcelain ones, didn't they? You find them on older jobs in this.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, I found some the other day.
Yeah.
You know how many of them I've had in my life, and I've never saved one, and now obviously I want one for my crappy display. So if you get some more, if anyone gets them, send me them. I'm so beggy today. What is wrong with me?
You've been begging last couple of shows. It's like you've missed the podcast because you ain't getting free shit no more.
I'm influence in reverse. I'm asking people to send me their old shit. Whereas influencers normally selling people's old shit, but I'm actually getting them sent to me.
Do you know what? We've mostly talked shit this whole podcast. Mark, what have you got to update us on? So obviously you've got the new unit. You've got the plan.
Yeah.
When is it going live?
So we're going through the process now of accrediting ourselves with EAL because they're significantly cheaper than City and Guilds.
I've heard this, and I've heard a lot of people doing this.
That's a snidey burn. That was. I saw.
Yeah, so it's not even close. They're a lot cheaper in both the initial fee. Like City and Guilds, I think was over 10 grand. EAL's about 1,500 quid, and then the course fees you have to pay as a training provider are much lower as well. So we're going through all of that. I reckon by the end of August, early September, Craig Buist is helping us with that in the background. We should be good to go, and then we're sort of aiming to do maybe one course a month-ish, depending on Jami's schedule to begin with. and then build it out from there. The rest of the time, this space is going to be left freely available to any apprentices who want to come in, or if someone like yourself, Sam, wants to deliver a containment course, you can use the space for free. Bring people in, charge them if you want. It doesn't matter. It's kind of a community space where it's there for anyone who wants to use it to help other people with skills.
Can I ask a question, Rich? What you just said was, you said using LCL. Is that right? It was LCL, wasn't it?
EAL.
EAL, sorry. LCL exists as well. Not City Guilds, but do they do a solar and battery course?
I don't think City and Guilds do. They did have one. I don't know if they've brought one back. But I mean, that's the one I first went to look at because everyone knows City and Guilds, don't they? That's like historically what we've all done.
2391 is the historic one, is it? 2391.
Yeah, your 2382 for your eggs, your 2391 for your testing. That's what we all know. 2377
the one you're using, which I'll say wrong, EAL, they do an 18th edition and NVQ level 3 inspection test note, which is the same thing.
They do. It's supposed to be counted as the same. But if you go to an employer, they're going to want to see your 2391, not your EAL level 3. But they're supposed to count the same.
Is that what City are riding off? No, it's not, is it? That's the thing. It's not, but it is.
It is, but
it's not.
If I'd done a 2391, I want the City and Guilds one because if it doesn't say City and Guilds on there, people look at it and go, huh? EAL.
What's your JIB? Does your JIB not say level 3 inspection and testing on the back?
It does. It does. It still goes on your JIB gold card. It counts exactly the same.
Does it not say on the back of your JIB gold card, NVQ level 3 inspection and test?
No, because it's not an NVQ, you dummy.
I ain't got mine here.
Yeah, it is.
No. Oh, you dumb. It's not. The NVQ is something different.
No, it's a level. Sorry, does it not say level 3 inspection and test? It doesn't say 2391 City Guilds.
No, I doubt it'll say 2391. I'd have to.
So whichever course you do on the back of your gold card, it'll still say level 3 inspection and testing. So your actual employer, you just nod when it says 2391. Yeah. I've got level 3. That's it. And so yeah.
So why not call it 2391? Why can't they call it the Supremo Testo course?
They should have let you, Brando, follow the.
That's what I'm saying. Call it something cool.
I'll call it that tomorrow when I'm doing the last day. I'll call it Welcome to the Supremo Testing Course, That's what my mate calls it.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Supremo Testo. And then put that on the back. And then at least people will be like, yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, I mean, at the minute, all people want with the solar training is to be able to get an MCS. So we're still satisfying that, but trying to make it a little bit better. So we're building a proper roof in here. It's going to be 2 rows of panels. We're trying to get about 8 on it. So it'll be full SCAF system, but ground level. And then all various different types of battery storage, EV chargers, inverters, loads of different manufacturers. And it'll all be there for people to have a play around fitting it. The commissioning and doing all the IT around this stuff is the bit that's really difficult as well. So we want to do stuff like that, running through designs. I get questions like this on my content all the time. How do you design a solar system using like Open Solar or Easy PV? How do you do the electrical design? How do you do your G99? No one teaches you that stuff. So
the other thing with
we're going to be doing that.
Videos like that, to sit at a computer whilst recording yourself using the piece of software to do a video on it is that one of the most time-consuming style of videos you can make. It's like, one, you've got to have the computing power of NASA to run all that software. Then you've got to record it and edit it. It's so hard. I've been trying to do an autocad one for months. It's taking forever.
So and then if you're doing it on an actual project, you've got to hide all the customers' details. It's just a mess. So, yeah, I mean, I do make videos on that, but the idea is people get that in-person experience. I think that's a lot better. And that's going to fund some of the other stuff we're doing out in industry. We still want to do like the college drops. We took like 100 grand's worth of stuff out at the end of last year. Want to do more of that and support other training providers.
How does that work? How do you get 100 grand's worth of gear?
Ask manufacturers if they want to support what we're doing, and in return, I do what Jami doesn't like and give them a bit of promotion on my socials. And
I don't like it. Like, if you get a for college, I'll suck them off.
Yeah, well, exactly. But then they get a bit. They get a bit of good exposure. It works for the brands. They're going into the colleges. The apprentices get experience of it. They get a bit of promotion in local press as well. There's been a bit of that happening. They have that feel-good factor of supporting. They have all these contracts, don't they, in their stuff where they've got to do a bit of social interaction, whatever you call it.
On this podcast, when like the odd brand feels our wrath, like earlier on last week, it was Luden, yeah? If Luden's PR ring and say, we've given 10 grand's worth of stuff to the college, we'll give you a break. Yeah, we can discuss the length.
Yeah, but we weren't even quoting off Luden. We're just saying. I think we're quoting off more people that would partaking in it, or not really. It just seems like a strange thing. And listen, there ain't much to talk about every week, so we talked about it. I'm not cutting off Luden. It's actually a very smart move.
Apart from the outdoor fuse board you make, which applies to everyone being gash, like New gear's all right, isn't it? It's just much of the same, isn't it? Obviously not the level of Navitas, which is the king of circuit protection. Do you want to bug Proteus away there, Mark? I don't want to leave you out.
Nah, it's good.
Go on, and Proteus are all right as well. We like them and all because they're nice to people.
I think
like
like
Proteus.
with
I do
all
like
that
Proteus.
with all of that stuff, I get emails like really weird ones. Will you promote a Hoover or something?
I
Like,
had one last week for socks.
yeah, they all sorts
You
of
get
queer
that
stuff,
and
and you
all?
just think like, what's the point? They even bother asking? But then
Did
sometimes
you?
it's
Oh, one for Sam. I know you'll have had it because I know John at Fault's told me you got it as well. Did you get the crappy crimper company that were knocking off chambray stuff contact you?
Who, me? No.
No, Mark. They won't
I
contact
haven't
you.
no, I've not had any crimping companies.
Literally,
I
some
don't think.
crimping company have knocked off loads of stuff by chambray. It's and even the website was like, "We promoters are like, well, a fuck." It's like,
Why not?
like, because it's crap.
The
How
most
do you know? You ain't even used it.
It's shit.
the most
can
recent one I
see
had
shit.
was like a head torch, one of those cheap ones you can get on Amazon for about 10 quid.
And he was like, "No, Alex."
They wanted a 20-minute YouTube video, an Instagram reel, and something else. And in return, I got 2 free head torches. It's like,
No.
I don't need
For a
2 free head
20-minute
torches that
YouTube
bad.
video.
Yeah, just like
That'd take 3 hours or 4 hours to make.
But what company was this?
like I can't remember what they were called now.
Because
I'll find it while you're talking.
Who was I? I was like weird. What brand was it that we had coated off? And I went to Alex and they was there. I
Take
don't
your
think
pick.
it weren't Hager. It was someone that done
Licked Vision, that's who it was.
some company. Wait, who is it? Who's
Was
that
it
one?
Green?
No,
Lucico.
not Unite.
No, Lucico.
Lucico. Yeah, it was them.
Like, literally, Rob,
I was
their
there.
idea.
And they gave me a free head torch. Like, oh yeah, we know you are. Have this head torch. And I was like, this head torch is all right. I thought it was decent. Like you put your hand there and it turns on and off. It's like, that's good.
In a
Guess
fight
what?
between Unilight and Luden, I'd back up Unilight because they stole all their branding. I think that's massively unfair.
Lucico,
Controversial.
But anyway,
Lucico, that's it. The green ones. Who nicked the idea for Unilight?
about 2 days later, I'm on Temu. And there it is for like
The
£2.
band, it's the band, isn't it?
Yeah, the band with
band,
the little bit on the side.
They've been on TikTok for months.
Yeah. And they're like they're trying to hock it like it's something special and probably charging 23 quid for it.
Test gear is the one to you know. I know I've got a bit of background on this. A lot of test gear, you see, the cheap stuff, the cheaper branded stuff that are brought out by the cheaper people. When you look at it, you're like, that looks very similar. There's a load of clamp meters. I think Dave put a video in the SK about one earlier. There's these little clamp meters. They're all the same, and loads of brands have got them on, and they're all as crap as each other. They're all right for getting going, but they're just shit. But they're all like out of the same factory. Do you know what test gear
What
is,
was you
Sam?
saying?
Those weird head. That is exactly what the head torch was, mate. And I just don't understand why people cheapen themselves by doing that because I've seen other people sharing it. It's like, just like it's not worth it. You're giving them all that exposure. If you're going to do it, get paid for it. You want some money. You want some money.
Is it like
20-minute YouTube video?
Oh
That is
yeah,
wild.
like you could even do a 20-minute YouTube video on a shitty head torch anyway. Like,
No, what do you even talk about for 20 minutes
20
about
minutes.
it?
I mean, this podcast has stretched it to an hour, but we've had to talk about 8 different things. Like, you know what I mean? It's wild.
I just don't know what you do for 20 minutes with that head torch. Maybe do 20 minutes of you smashing it in different ways.
If you can't blow it up with the shot, you'd have to shoot with the shotgun, wouldn't you? Oh,
No, you could shoot with your shotgun. You could put one in the oven. You could hit one with a hammer. Throw one on the bonfire. You could barbecue one. You could run one over with a car. Like I could do this shit all day.
You need to email them back. You need to get them back on them. Like you come with the new king of slap down.
You could
young
stab it.
He had to get a knife out, didn't he? He had to do it, didn't he? He couldn't contain himself.
You could fire it out of my bow and arrow. Temu.
You know what? I
should be sponsored by Temu, honestly.
I might get a little bow.
Imagine if you got a deal with Temu as being your sponsor.
Bro, do you know how happy I'd be?
That would just be incredible.
So happy.
Is it not just all shit, the tools, though? Are they not just absolute shit?
They sell everything, don't they? Like all sorts.
I've got so much good stuff. Like, so obviously I've got to buy all my tools back, yeah? Because like all the little bits, you know, like the they go into your impact and then you can put the sockets on. There's the 3 of them.
Yeah, the little adapter.
The half-inch, quarter-inch, and whatever.
Great.
Like them, £1.
Right, you know all of those though.
A
You know the ones
chamfering
you're-
tool, a pound.
You know the ones you're buying off Temu, those socket adapters.
Yeah.
They are probably the ones on Amazon in this country for £9. I
Yeah,
get that.
exactly.
Those things I get, but like I need just some dirt crappy spanners just to leave in a toolbox
Yep.
on a site, right? When they
£9.
turned up, no, but the problem was I bought the cheapest of the cheap ones, yeah.
Yeah, no.
And they didn't fit anything. They were fucking like 10.5 mil or 9.5. But the mid-range ones off there, you do get some all right kit. And for a set of
But what I'm
spanners,
saying
like,
is, you
who
know all
needs
these little
a decent
bits. Like I like to have a hole punch, like a spring-loaded hole punch, £1. So I go into car boot sale and buying it, like a spring-loaded hole punch for when I'm doing metal. Boom, £1.
oh yeah.
Like mole grips, like the G-clamp mole grips, £1. Like 2 pairs of them, this and that.
Then the
Still for under a
dirtiest
tenner, you've got load of stuff that you can use for containment.
Have you seen the knockoffs? This was in the SK chat. Have you seen the knockoff? You know the Nipex. Can I talk? I don't, Nipex works for us. You know the Nipex parallel jawed ones, the really expensive ones.
Yes.
So there's a knockoff set of them. I
Yeah.
think a load of lads
They're
on
in
the
my
SK
basket
bought
for when
them.
I get money.
load of lads on the SK bought them, and everyone's saying like they are actually the fucking a decent knockoff.
Yeah.
Not that I buy them because I won't buy them, but people saying how good
I
they
will.
are for knockoffs.
I'm
I got
100%.
No, I'm just legally covering myself.
I'm not.
I got a deal on that tough built trolley bag from Temu. That's where it came from. It's probably fake. It looks like a proper tough built one, but it's like 38 quid down from 169, whatever. But the thing I don't understand about Temu, I've only ever bought that, but since then they let you build a basket where they say everything costs £1, and you do that, and then you need to spend a certain amount of money more to get it all. So
Yeah, that's
I can't work
They
that
do
bit
it on-
out. It's like I don't know what's going on with that.
I go to AliExpress a bit, right, to buy cheap electronic stuff for dicking around with. And what they do is they give you a £1 voucher, but you can only use it on one sale. So then when I want to buy 10 or something, I have to buy one of it to use the voucher. Then I can buy another 9. I don't know what the weird math is. There's obviously some sort of like make you spend more on it, but some of the stuff you get off AliExpress again is wild. And if you're just dicking around playing in the shed, it's great.
You've got to do this now, Sam, though. You've got to build an entire electrician's toolkit, everything you need from Temu.
Can we not have a feature like what Sam bought off Temu this week, but just tools, not other knives and mash you buy? Next week, I think we need like you've got a feature.
Let me just tell you what is in currently
Grenades,
in my basket.
Knives, guns, pump
Just some of the things.
shotguns,
Look.
zombie knife.
You know the knives for HO7.
There we go, knives.
The HO7 knife,
Yes.
A shoe knife.
Yes.
With the little
Whatever.
foot on.
£3. £3. They're like 25 quid if you buy them like from a brand. Here's the other thing. This is a chief as well. Let me show you this. Look.
Oh, a knockoff.
Oh, is that a Nipex Ergo
audio?
strip?
It's a knockoff Ergo strip.
That's what I'm saying.
How much is
But
it?
£7.
Wow.
That proves how expensive they are to make, doesn't it? That even on Temu they're £7.
Look at this. Oh, I can't. Listen.
Sorry, audio viewers, we hate you.
Right, so there's a wire stripping machine.
Nick bought one of them. Nick Bundy got one. Didn't he? Did a video on it.
£14.
Is that a manual one? Windy hand.
Yeah, it's got to be-
Even they're like
fucking-
100 quid there normally.
Your hand would fall off.
Look,
decent scrap
A
one.
deburring tool that goes
Which
in your
one?
drill.
The one that
but
does
like
the
for
outside of
rod.
rod.
Yeah.
They used to be ridiculously expensive. I bought one on
Pound.
Temu and it was all right. It was all right. Did the job.
A set of spanners, £10.
I'd
Look,
just like to
one of
give a
them
shout-
kits, one of them crimping tools, £15.
I'd just like to give a big shout out to all the tool companies that will never ever sponsor this podcast because they're segments.
A
So
socket
thank you
tester.
to all the bankrupt. A socket
Socket
tester.
tester,
No.
£7.
Hang on a minute. Last week you told me not to buy fake Wagos because they crap, which I agree with. You're now buying a £7 socket tester off Temu.
Bruv, like the technology inside a socket tester is like 55 years old. Like it can't be that difficult.
It's probably got a
He's got
sticker on
a
the
good-
front that just says 230 volts and all green
He's
lights.
got a good point. If it's a good copy can often be as good as the thing. People, tool companies will be hating on us for this.
Those
but
flat jaw grips are sold out.
yeah, they've gone like hotcakes. Someone put them on the SK and they've been trying to get for weeks. They're literally just gone. God knows how many they sold, but they went off like mad.
How's it
They
going
were
with
gen-
your
they were very-
ESK? I've seen like other communities building now, like
There's
people.
other community. There are not other
Like who?
communities, Mark.
Like
There are
who?
people. There are people. that
There's
copy.
Jordan's got his one going, hasn't he? But there's another one as well.
Jordan copied mine. Yeah, mine was going first.
I can't
Who's got
remember
another
who the other one. It's like he's called Emerson something on LinkedIn, but he's got a little community going as well that's similar. But I doubt any of them have got the numbers you guys have got in there.
The
Must be-
ESK
I don't know, I'm
right
not in it.
now. The
You're not in
ESK
it?
right. The ESK
Oh, that's quite
right
sensible, actually. Keep him out.
It's got 690 members, and there's not been any drama, not been any trouble. There's a lot of good, useful advice. It's quite a lot of forms. The only thing was the other day, we got our first spammer. He was selling Bitcoin or something. So just
Sorry
deleted
about
it.
that.
Yeah, it's good enough. The test groups are quite used well a lot. I don't go in there because I'm not that fussed, but there's a lot of people in the test group where there's a lot of good advice being given to a lot of people that like younger people, and the controls group's the same, which I get into heavily.
It is an invaluable forum for advice, and you don't have to wait 2 weeks to get a response.
No, the test group, again, the thing with people who are good at testing is they're happy to help people. The
And they
testing
love
group
it.
on there, there's always someone helping someone out in there, which sharpens the pencil of the people that know what they're doing, whilst I'm the younger people. The controls group is like mainly run by Daz, and mainly contributors in the control group are Daz, Darren, and
No
Ash
one
from
cares
Sedgley.
about your shitty controls group.
They're mopping it up in there, like people are getting a bit of useful information off. So they're not giving out.
No one does controls. Who cares about controls? Only
It's-
people from 1964
The thing
care
about controls is it's quite an
Oh.
exclusive club, you know what I mean? It's like the VIP here in a nightclub in Kent.
Look,
Like,
Is it
Anyone
like
who
the
does
engineers
controls-
segment?
Anyone
We've
who does
got-
controls, when they come, they make this face and this noise. Oh,
that's it.
That's
That
it.
says we've got test, technically installed, chat, fire security, selling controls, work stories, a few meetups, van and tool talk, electronics, renewables, business, labour, EV, data, plant room wanking chairs, its own special section. We've got a meetup for CF and a welfare check. So yeah, if you want to get in there, just ping me on Instagram or one of us will send it, or ask if someone's in it. It's going all right. And it just
Magic Mike
works.
was bigging up your renewables
Magic-
chat. He's been in.
Magic Mike's in there.
Yeah, he was saying it was really good. Can't remember what question he'd asked in there the other week, but he said it was
It
decent.
just works. There's no advertising in there. We let friends of the show offer the odd deal in there. Like I think Julian put a thing there for some cheap meters. Navitas put some codes in there. That's it. So it's like you can just add the groups.
if it benefits the group, they can. So like discount codes and stuff, they can.
There's something like that. You can go in, you can join it, and you can just mute it and you just dive when you want. So it seems to work. People seem to like it. Some people leave, some people stay, some people get involved in it. But it's a good little community, and it's not like Electricians group on fucking Facebook where you go, I think you'll find you can't use a ferro on a solid cork or something like that. You just got loads. Every Facebook group for Sparkers is generally full of dickheads, but it's the same 6 dickheads ruin it for everyone. Well, they're not in the ASK because they're dickheads. So yeah, it's going all right. I like
But
it.
hold on. You're the
proud of
dickhead
it.
who goes,
Very-
you got to use a specific crimping tool because I'm a knobhead.
But that's proper advice, you dickhead. I'm very proud
It's
of
not
this
that
game. I
deep.
think
It's not that
it's-
deep. Everyone out there, it's not that deep.
you're that deep in my mum. I'm very proud.
And
I'm very proud of this case. Really, come on. I'm happy with it. It does a bit for the community. I'm very happy to give that back. It sounds a bit bent, but I do feel like that about it.
What is it, about £5,000 to join?
£5,000 plus a monthly fee of £49.50, and I'll try and sell your business course after 2 weeks privately. Oh no, that's not my group. Sorry, I just got all mixed up there. Don't you shake your head. You anybody, yeah?
Right, listen.
Burn! Fire extinguisher. Go get a fire extinguisher. You'll burn, yeah? I'm back.
What is he talking? I didn't even hear you.
Yeah,
But
good.
Mark, is there anything you want to finish off on?
No, not
Apart
really.
from Jamie's
just
mum.
not just to say that it's good to see you guys back, and I hope you're going to be keeping these going at your leisure when it suits. Because a week live for as long as you did it,
Was brutal.
that is some shift. It is some shift. Just
Well,
from two guys in the spare time, one in his shed and one in what looks like some old electronics
Have a look.
warehouse.
Don't have a real look. I'm concerned it's Sam. Look,
Maplin's
look,
warehouse.
It looks nice on the face, but really, look, it's just a load of fucking crap. Look.
Fair play to you, because that is some effort.
There's no
What was
joy
it?
to
About a year or 2 years worth of live episodes on YouTube. There's
Really
nowhere
good
to
run.
hide there. So I hope you're going to keep this going. And
We've got to try and do
it's
stuff.
fun
I
as a
mean,
listener to see it.
we appreciate the feedback, good or bad. You know what I mean? If someone says, "Oh, it's crap, it's too low back," we can't do it. You can't go balls deep every week like we did. Like a laid back one like this is quite nice. We did a live one the other day. We didn't get off. Maybe we'll just do a random Sunday one, but it is. You can't be fucking.
I don't really
that
care.
mental
I
every week.
just like doing it.
Yeah.
I like talking to my mates about
It's always
what we do
nice.
and
It's
having a
always
chat.
nice. Someone come up to the Chevron stand actually and says, "Oh, I'm really glad your podcast back. I really enjoyed it Monday morning." They did. That complimented you as well, you stupid. Oops. No, one time. But he says, "Oh, it's
There
really
goes
nice."
the
It's like,
£3.50 again.
there goes that too, Pepper. He's like, I was like, yeah, and you do forget that people like look forward to the Monday morning in the van just because we toss it off. So yeah, and that's a number of people. So yeah, if we could get £1 a smile, we'd be rich, wouldn't we? We don't get £3.30.
Electricians podcast. We're out.
You dick. Bye, Mark.
Bye bye.